Many things are taken for granted. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the sun that warms us, the opportunity to read a good book, the study of what interests us, and the ability to go where we want, when we want, and connect with our God. But for those who cannot read the prayer book, cannot hear the sermon, cannot walk down an aisle, worship with a welcome community is a longed-for treasure, and it takes strength and courage to pursue that bond, find that home.
Guide us with your strength, keep us in your shelter, fill us with the gift of shalom.
It is currently estimated that 1 out of 5 Americans have some form of disability. And many of those people aren't involved in their faith communities as much as they would like, since they often don't feel encouraged and think that their opinions are unwanted. Their interest in their faith may be strong, but so are barriers to full participation. Being present does not mean being included. Yet the holy texts of our faiths command us to welcome, without hesitation, persons with disabilities.
The Torah tells us that each one of us is unique. Each one of us possesses a soul, a spiritual spark. Regardless of what we are on the outside, inside we are the same.
God's children come into the shelter.
In Calabasas, California, the congregation of Or Ami, which turned out in force for the Bar Mitzvah of Brandon Kaplan, would agree.
Where everyone's loved and where everyone cares.
Brandon is a boy born so severely disabled that he remains undiagnosed by the medical community. He does not speak, and his sight is impaired. Yet from the first time he was brought to a synagogue at age 6, he had a natural connection for the service, especially the music. And so, at age 13, his parents arranged a bar mitzvah with their rabbi, Paul Kipnis, who has welcomed all young people, those who are autistic, hearing impaired, those with emotional needs or learning disabilities. He has helped them to have the privilege of becoming a bar or bat mitzvah.
Brandon, like any kid, is created b'tselem Elohim, in the image of God, worthy of love.
The Jewish community, I believe, is really understanding now that it is its right, duty, and great blessing to do this, because when that child stands on the bima, everybody understands what a powerful experience it is for the entire community.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Brandon's bar mitzvah was both quite typical and quite unique. Brandon followed the customary practice of carrying the Torah around the congregation.
May God.
And as is the convention, Brandon had learned prayers that he signed.
They may not be able to do Hebrew at all, or they may be able to do Hebrew in transliteration, or they may only be able to do one letter at a time. So you have to meet the child. You have to assess the child.
But it was atypical in a way that other parents might envy. Dina, Brandon's mother, had the opportunity to say how much she loved him.
You, my son, inspire people wherever you go. Because of you, I am a better person. I'm honored to be your mother, and I love you with all my heart.
But you've got a new generation, families, people with disabilities, who are saying, why should we be excluded? We are already included. We belong there. And we've got just as much right to be part of a faith community as anybody else.
The future for including people with disabilities in the church and in all other faith groups, I think, is bright. And that's if we continue to work at it. I think the point is we can't stop trying. We have to continue to be educating people, continue to put people with disabilities in the driver's seat, continue to show people that what they have to offer the church and the world is important and valuable, and continue to be nagging people to fund it, continue to have a voice where no voice has been. So I think the point is not to give up.
There's a room for improvement, no doubt. Are we doing a perfect job? Not yet. You know, we're trying. But I do believe by creating more awareness, that may create understanding of the need, the greater need of the community.
I want to thank my mom for her being there for me all the time. And for
Brandon's bar mitzvah was distinctive in that Michael, Brandon's father, had a chance to assist Brandon with his thank yous.
Maybe we Jews and Christians and Muslims and people of all faiths need to say, these are our children. We do say in the prophetic reading that we're children of one God, however we describe that God. We're all members of one human family. We all believe that. If you can love your neighbor, and someone once said that's the most difficult commandment, well, if we can put that inscription over synagogues, love your neighbor, then how can we do anything less? For loving someone is an equal in the eyes of God and in the eyes of our faith, and hopefully in our eyes as well.
Brandon's bar mitzvah was unconventional in that his father helped him participate in prayer.
We're starting to see a growing awareness and recognition that people with disabilities have souls, that people with disabilities have spirit, and their spiritual needs need to be met, their souls need to be satisfied.
Ultimately, Brandon's bar mitzvah was both extraordinary and quite ordinary, like all bar and bat mitzvahs, because Brandon connected to his faith. And like all bar and bat mitzvahs from his congregation before him, he had his private moment of blessing before the ark with the rabbi speaking words to Brandon only for his ears.
Able-bodied people don't have any better idea of what's happening on this planet than disabled people. We're all searching. We're all searching to find meaning. We're all searching to figure out why we're here, what we're supposed to be doing while we're on Earth, how we should be treating other people, and what it's all about. And people with disabilities are on the same search.
Always be near, watching wherever we go. Shine down your kindness, show us